day with our first speaker, and he is the epitome of it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. You can either get better or bitter. You can use the things and the circumstances in your life to make excuses and feel sorry for yourself, because raise your hand if you've gotten screwed over, somebody stole a check from you, if you've had a hardship in your life that was hard, that you found yourself in a hole that was hard to dig yourself out of. Like, we all have a background. We all have a story. This individual has been through so much personally that he used that to become a better person instead of becoming what he easily could have just walked away from and just felt sorry for himself. But he is a true servant leader, and he is passionate about what he does. So without further ado,
We were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. They say that I'm reckless because I'm relentless. They spit on my face and crush on my name and taking my life in vengeance.
Are we ready to get this thing going or what? Yeah. Okay, sweet. Here we go. So I want to kick this off with a couple things here. I've got a slide deck for you guys. It's a tutorial. I want to get that on this screen over here so that we can really give you visuals, okay? Because I got a couple promises to make. We're here to talk about reputation. People talk, but when I get the opportunity to have your time, I want to give. I want you guys to actually be able to take things away from this presentation, go back to your businesses, action, implement. Okay? That's the key here. What can I give to you today that makes what you spent to be here alone worth the cost within itself? Does that sound good? So I want to kick this thing off, okay? First things first, some of you had mentioned that you didn't get to know me last year, you weren't here at the event, and I want to start off by introducing myself because it's about earning your respect, okay? We don't know who I am, so why should you listen to me? Okay, my name is Mike Venidis. I'm the CXO of a digital marketing agency called RYNO Strategic Solutions. Okay, this digital agency solely exists just for the home services, and we are literally 25 years of my life I've been doing digital marketing, but in particular RYNO, 13, on top of that 6, working with the actual home service businesses, okay, and we've done this direct. It's not just being behind the scenes, building the strategies that help RYNO thrive. It's also working directly with each of you. Now, let me explain why that matters. All this SEO, PPC, digital stuff, it's very overwhelming. It's confusing. So what we need to be able to do is talk and translate in a way to where we can actually understand what's being said. So when I had the opportunity to go out, represent a lot of these business owners, leaders, and communicate with them, I got to empathize. I got to listen. I got to understand what they cared about. I got to understand how they want to communicate. Translation, okay? And I've had such a blessed life to be able to come out to events like this and to have your time. I personally have one goal today. My goal is just to change one life. Now, my odds are pretty good, but let it be clear, guys, this presentation, this next 30 minutes, I just want to help. That's it. You see, I live my life in a way where I say every single thing I do starts with a goal. And I'm telling you, my goal is to genuinely help you today, okay? I always start off a presentation by saying everything starts with the goal. And this is why I do this, okay? The reason the goal is such a big deal is because every goal comes with a plan. You see, when you approach life in the micro moments and everything that you do with a goal, you start to break it down in your head and you start to ask yourself, what is a plan that I can create to obtain that goal? So this is the plan today. This next 30 minutes, we're going to accomplish 3 things together. Why do we need reputation management? That one sounds a little obvious, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a different lens. 2, how does it work? Again, we just think it's about generating reviews and handling pissed off people or our general reputation. But again, I'm going to give you a different lens. And 3, the best thing, what can we do? That's the stuff that I said, I'm going to give you something that you can do. Wisdom, action, things that you can go back, implement, and instantly become better. Does that sound good or what? See, here's the thing. Raise your hand if you own a business or you lead people. Guys, we're going to try this again. Raise it with pride. See, we get caught in the day-to-day. Like if you're leading people or you're running a business, you took a risk. You put yourself out there for your family to start something and pursue a dream, or you lead people, and you have the ability to change their lives. So when I ask if you run a business, own a business, lead people, raise your hand with pride because every moment matters so much. My man, you are in first place for my favorite person today. We can compete. I see you back there. Thank you for engaging, guys. See, here's the thing is we don't learn unless it's entertaining, unless it's fun. I'm passionate because I care. I'm loud because I want you to listen. And I'm making jokes and I'm engaging because you won't remember. You won't learn if you don't be here, be present, interact. That's the way we learn. Somebody once said this to me. They said, hey, I won't use names. We'll call him Tommy. Tommy, he just doesn't get it. He's stupid. And I looked at that leader and I said, we confuse people for being dumb. And they're simply just not interested in what you have to say. Because every single one of you is good at something. And if you can be good at something, you can be good at anything as long as you want to be good at it. So it's on us. We have a responsibility. The easy thing to do is point at them and say that they can't do it. That's BS. So with that being said, every goal, every plan comes with accountability. And for the 2 or 3 of you that raised your hands from last year, you know what this is. There's nothing different. See, every presentation I do, we make a deal. I give you my promise, my goal. I tell you how we're going to accomplish it, and then I make a deal with every one of you. Here's the deal. If I accomplish all 3 of those objectives and I bring that value, accomplish the goal, at the end of this presentation, every single one of you is going to give me the loudest roar you possibly can. That's it. It's not asking for much. I'm asking of 2 seconds of your deepest energy. Do we have a deal? Raise your hand with pride. My people. Let's do it. Objective 1. Why do we need it? Okay, this one's very obvious, but there's a little bit of a hook here. Okay, in this industry, we chase insurance a lot. But let's talk about retail for a minute. That slide, right? It says, why do we Google it? Can anybody shout that out? Why do we say Google it? Why don't we say Yahoo it, Bing it? What was it? Google's king. What did Google win? Guys, we're here to talk about reputation. What's Google's reputation? Brand. Thank you. You get it. You're right. Brand, right? But here's what they won. This is what equates to brand. You see, say Google it because Google won your trust. It's no different than every one of your businesses. Anybody ever say, pass me the Kleenex? I see you smiling, my man. It's a tissue. But they did something right. Okay? So in the retail world, you have to ask yourself something. If the world says Google it, and in our industry we chase insurance leads and we do things of this nature, my question to you is, why are we not paying attention to retail as well? Some of us are doing that, but for those of us that aren't, in this day and age, every one of us has a website. And a website is built today in a way that causes you to naturally generate retail leads. Naturally. Right? If I go to Google to ask questions, if I go to Google to look for information, there's ways to get my business to generate opportunities naturally via Google. So let's take a look at that real quick. This is the general layout of what your consumers are doing on the internet. Now, this is about reputation again, but I'm warming you up. We need to understand each other to be able to process the third phase and give you things. This is me making sure we don't leave anyone behind in the room. This is a general layout on the internet, right? If I go in and I search for roof repair, if I search for restoration, anything. Okay, what you see here, I'm going to use this slide over here. I know some of you over there, I just got to pick one. Okay, we're going left to right, top to bottom. Now, these are just different sections on Google. We're not here to talk about that. But what I challenge you to do right now in your mind is ask yourself, if you were the consumer and you went to Google, because that's where we go, right, to review reputation in most cases, how would you engage with it? Listen to your subconscious. See, a lot of people don't do that. They just make decisions, but they're not listening to their thoughts when they choose what they're going to do. So when you look at this, some of us, we scroll right past the sponsored, right? Raise your hand if you go to Google and you scroll right past all the paid advertising. And look around, guys. Keep your hands up for me. This is an experiment. I'm going to ask you to lower them for a reason. Keep your hand up. Look around. That's because you guys want trust. You didn't build trust through paid advertising. So what you did is you scrolled past here because you typically find the things that you looked for. For those of you who had your hands up, keep them up. Now, I want you to put your hand down if you have ever clicked in your entire life on one of these paid ads. And be truthful, because I have. Look how many hands just went down. For those of you who got your hands up, you are strong. You've really been deceived at some point. You're good. You can put them down. Again, thank you for your participation. The point that I'm getting at with this slide, okay, is that the way people think, it's trust. How you engage with the internet is trust. And in most cases, we start looking for things that create trust. Stars. There's a reason Google makes them yellow. Because it's like, it causes you to look here. Your subconscious, it draws you there. You see, with trust, I'm looking for a reason to feel good about the transaction. So what type of plan do you have for your reputation management? Because if it's just ask for a review, I get lucky, I don't, that's not a plan. That's hope. So let's keep going, okay? How does it actually work? See, we know the why. The why is pretty straightforward. We're just using the internet, right? Because I'm a digital marketing guy. The why is if I'm trying to generate natural leads that come to me, I'm not chasing them. They just fall into my lap while I play the insurance game. That's where I'm coming from here. And even in insurance, people go to Reddit, they go to Google, and they ask, do I call the contractor first? Do I call my insurance first? People don't know, especially our roofers. Like some of us only get a roof once in our lifetime. We don't understand the process. We need to be educated, and we go to Google to be educated. So when you think about your consumers, we just want to be present where all of them exist. So let's talk about how it works, because this is where it gets really interesting, okay? The first thing is, what does Google want the most? Shout it loud. It's a safe space. Who said data? Raise your hand. Man, if I had something to throw out, it'd be going to you. Next time I need to bring the swag up. Maybe I should throw the mic I had earlier. Data. And when we look at data, I want to warm you up with a little short clip, just for some fun. Again, this is about learning. When we have fun, we retain.
Thank you.
For the sake of time, we're going to go past it. What that is a clip from an old movie, okay? Gentleman gets a book. Everybody here ever heard of the Yellow Pages? And he starts freaking out. And he gets out. He opens the pages. He's like, oh, my God, it's here, it's here. And he starts looking through the pages. He's like, he sees his name, and he goes, I'm somebody now. Now, this is like the 80s. What do you do with the Yellow Pages today? I'm 5'9". I use it as I got to try to get up on top of the cabinet. That's all I use it for. I don't use the Yellow Pages. I Google it. You follow? See, you got to understand something. In reputation management, I'm not saying that the Yellow Pages don't exist, but what I am saying is that the internet took that and it created steroids. What you're looking at on the screen, quick wisdom, A local data aggregator is a simple, there's 4 businesses, they don't matter. But understand this, they're constantly crawling the internet at all times, collecting data on every one of you. Summit, you guys have been engaging with me, so I'm gonna call you out. Okay, Summit, there's tons of information on that business, whether they're managing it, watching it, checking it, and it's out there. They could have they could have a Google listing on Maps. And it literally has information about the business and they don't even own it. It's unclaimed. I could go in and claim it. That's scary, right? Now here's the thing, is a directory is Google Maps, Yelp, even Facebook. A directory is like an electronic yellow page. That's the joke, okay? So you have to understand that a citation is our responsibility. When you go into the internet where you're managing your reputation, there are hundreds of places that your reputation exists. And it just sits there. Real quick, show me your hands if you've ever searched for your own business and scrolled through. How many different directories are you paying attention to? Now we know the main 3. I'll give you that. But before we dive into it, understand that's an actual graphic of the internet. It's pretty overwhelming, right? What you see here is 4 data aggregators, and they feed all of this information to all of these businesses, which are responsible for managing your reputation. And they have the ability to change information if the general population disagrees with what you have. Anybody ever go on their Google Maps listing and find out their phone number randomly changed or their address was updated? Show me your hand. You can see it. It happens. So when you look at that, here's a couple of things that I think is important, okay? You all raised your hands about searching for your businesses. When you search for those businesses, the first thing you need to do, wrong button. That one's on me. You need to turn around and you need to claim every single one of them. And this is why. You guys said trust is built through Google. A lot of you said you scroll past the ads. And every time someone does a search for your type of business, you're going to notice a directory, a citation, is commonly competing in the area that we do business. So in this case, right, AC repair, Parker & Sons is number 1, but then we have Yelp. You see, what Google thinks, because it wants your trust, is you're looking for a location-based business to do work, just like you. And then they turn around and they say, well, maybe this person doesn't want to pick a business. They just want to pick an environment that's known for showing businesses. And they go in a layer deeper. Does that make sense? I see some head nods. Don't get sleepy on me. I promise, the good stuff comes at the end. And I think it's important, a couple of things. We're going to make this easy for the sake of time. And to be clear, guys, you can pull out your phones, take pictures of anything. I'm going to be here all day and night. Questions, like, I love this. So please, take pictures, Q&A, use the app. But what I really want you to take away from this slide is you need to not only go and search for your business, make a list of every single directory that you find. I see her writing. I see you writing, girl. Action is the key, thank you, right? And then what you need to do is go through each one of those directories and make sure that you claim every one of them. You will see a very tiny button that asks you if you own the business. Claim it and keep track of it. That's step 1. Keep a list of it, okay? We're going to carry on here. The reason this is so essential is use general logic. If we all go to Google to review reputation, isn't this wild? When you look at this poll, 350 small business owners, 85% understood the importance of people using search engines to get information, whether it be reputation, business, whatever it is. 49% found errors. And if it's all inconsistent and there's errors, why would Google show you? You won't be found. If you have a website, why would you not do the things that cause you to naturally generate leads so it's an investment tool rather than just a website? So how do we actually play this game? What can we do? Gonna give you a mini agenda here. This one's pretty obvious, right? For my man that said data. What specific data are we talking about today? We're talking about reviews, right? People. We're talking about reputation. It's super obvious, right? I mean, I'm just trying to keep y'all with me. That's why I ask questions. When we look at the reviews, this is the 4-step plan that I'm going to give to you right now. This is the give section. Remember, we made a deal. You guys all raised your hand. We talked about why. We talked about how. Now we're going to talk about what. What are the specific things that you can take right now? Oh, I'm on the wrong slide. Let me go back. I'll go back to that one. It's out of order. These are the 4. How do you get them? How do you respond to them? How do you remove them? And how do you monitor them? I'm going to give you that. These next slides are going to be wild ones, okay? Let's go back to this one, though. I want to start off by explaining this. You see, a directory is a location-based platform. There are 3 things that matter to get yourself found on directories so that your phone is organically ringing and you're getting retail jobs. Today, we're going to talk about maps because it's got 90% of the market share, Google. And when we look at it, it's very important that what you do is clear. We'll talk about that. Where you're located in proximity to the person that searches, we're going to talk about that. And the prevalence, your reputation. It's a fancy word that makes me sound cool. Reviews. So let's get into the actual action plan. Step 1, these are your generation tactics. For the sake of time, take a picture. Your bullet points, we can talk about later if something's unclear. But the things that I think are important is convenience. That's the big takeaway here. If you're going to generate a review, the first thing you need to do is look at your business as a consumer and ask yourself, are you selling something or are you creating an experience? Really, really ask yourself that and walk through every step of the cycle. Cold call your own team. Bring somebody out. It's like, imaginary, playing house when we were kids. I know, I had a sister. Don't judge me. I got to laugh. I heard one. Okay, you need to create an experience. And the relationship is the game. You guys got to understand that. Stop chasing the sale. Chase the relationship because the relationship pays dividends. If I create an experience and I win this one consumer here, this consumer talks about me for the ages. It multiplies. And the timing, you need to have a process in place. You need to hit it right away. So have you sat down with all of your team members and walked through the step-by-step on how they ask, when they ask, how we follow up, what process and system do we have internally to try and circle back, how do we incentivize them, how do we encourage them? All of these things matter. What you see here is in your maps listing, you have the ability to create one simple link, and then you can have your web team create a page, because not everybody's going to want to go to Google Maps. Sometimes they're going to want to go to Facebook and Yelp. And the reason why, just so you guys are clear, for those of us that are Apple Maps people, the review platform that's tied to it is Yelp. Love it or hate it. I know. For the Bing people, the review platform is Facebook reviews. A lot of us don't pay attention to that. We're more focused on Google. But why would you eliminate the market share? Because we got a lot of Apple users that aren't using Google Maps on their cell phone devices. A lot of freebies right here if you're following. Okay? This is convenience. Create a page within your website. But these are the 3 main review platforms that you're going to want to drive, even though there are hundreds. You saw that image. The majority of your consumers are going to come here. And when you send them an email, follow up on the transaction, whatever your operations process is, you should have a very convenient link that takes that user right back to this page so they can pick which review platform. Because if they don't want to go to one, why lose the entire process? Let them go to another one that they prefer. You follow? Thank you for my yesers. Let's move on. Response tactics. Again, take pictures here because we only have so much time. But what this is a play-by-play on how you should respond to your reviews. Okay? What you're seeing here on the screen is just an example. This is a 1-star review and how they handled it, right? really what I want you guys to understand in this slide, since we were limited on time, it's quite simple. You need to be responding to every single review no matter what. If you're copying and pasting, you're losing. It's a bad move. Every one of them needs to be genuine and follow this plan. And your one-star reviews don't have to be a bad thing. I'm going to show you how to remove them. For those of you that maybe haven't already figured it out, it's quite simple. But more importantly, if you can't get rid of a one-star review, guys, think about how you trust Google. On that original slide, when you scroll past the sponsorships and you look at the stars, think about your psyche. What do? Okay, this guy's got enough reviews. They've been around. Then you start skimming through the reviews. Show me your hands. How many of you look at a one-star to see how they handled it? Raise them high, because this is important. And now look at each other. That's the final step until you close. You should respond to your one-star review as if your life depended on it. Be genuine. Take the fight offline. Don't turn around and say, yeah, I've never heard of you. You're not my customer. Think about how that looks to the rest of the world. We have to respond to every one of them, but the one-star, that could be the one thing that causes them to pick up the phone and call. See, the example that you actually see here, I won't go into the entire story, but this is an appliance company that I rated low. This guy calls me on a Sunday and he goes, well, if we didn't complete the job, doesn't make sense to me why we should pay for it. Which I get that. Like, we can argue about it. He was just being extra nice. But the thing is when he called me and treated me the way he did on a Sunday and gave me an experience, I went back and updated it to 5. And I talked about how he makes his wrongs right. Because let's be real, people. We're people. We screw up. It's the perfect people we don't believe. We don't trust them because we all know we're not perfect. So your 1 stars can be essential. You follow? A couple more yeses. This is life. We should live it together right now, my friends. Get that energy. You got it in you. Today is what we make it. Okay? The 1 stars, the response tactics are key. Now, this is a quick little tactic here, okay? I want to give you this. When you go through maps, this was interesting to me. What I did is I did a keyword search for furnace repair date in Ohio. And what I noticed is that Google is actually scanning the reviews for keywords. They lie, and they say that it isn't a ranking factor. But to me, this is common logic. It's proof. That's a lie. The system is literally searching for a word. You can see it in bold. For those of you in the back of the room, it's hard to read. Furnace, bold. It's the only word that's in bold. And now what's also interesting is go ahead and Google your own business. Pull up the listing and look for the Q&A section here. If you start to ask a question, what is it scanning to respond? You guys see that? Somebody shout it out. What is it scanning? It's scanning the reviews. So if I'm going to ask the business a question on the profile, it's literally going through the reputation management platform to answer that question. So here's another tactical giveaway. Go ask your business questions from a Gmail account that's unassociated, log in as the business, and answer the questions. Put in keywords that you would type in if I was looking for restoration, roofing, or whatever it is that you do. You will naturally start to rank higher in the mapping algorithm. I love seeing you guys write. Action is everything. Makes my heart happy. What's interesting to me is you can see we start to plug keywords, right? This is heat pump, furnace. I mean, this is air conditioning, right? But you get the gist here, guys. In your maps profile where you're managing your reviews, don't just generate reviews and respond to them. Put the word in there. Hey, Steve, thank you for choosing us. We really appreciate it that you trusted us, replacing the gutters on home. Gutter is a keyword. Somebody might type that in. Are we following? I get a few yeses, that means we're changing some lives, and that's the goal. Okay? So here we are. Next thing's next. This one's quick and easy. On your maps listing, if any of you gets a 1-star review, I'm always going to try and remove it, right? That's my first instinct. Many of you probably already know this, but I try to consider all of us in the room. It's an easy win. On your maps listing, under the reviews, you will see this little icon. If you click it, it's very, very easy for you to choose something and submit the review for removal. Always do it. You'd be amazed how many times I didn't think they remove it, and Google removed it. Why not try? Just try once. The best part is when you get a consumer that is really, really being unprofessional and they're dropping F-bombs. That's a guaranteed removal. So that's just a quick little win for you to get rid of those reviews in case you are being attacked online. Protect that reputation. Last, this is an awareness system. You see, what happens is I tell you about data. I tell you about how data is always changing and people are modifying it. If you don't claim it and review it, listings change. Reviews go missing. Information gets changed. It needs to be consistent, especially your name, address, and phone number. And it needs to match on every profile to a T, not N dot north. Like, that's two different things. It needs to match perfectly. You're going to put a dash between the numbers of your phone perfectly, whatever the system allows for. But what you see here is this is your simple plan. You should have somebody in your office following this plan weekly, bi-weekly, and it needs to be pretty simple, right? Like, keep track of all your listings, claim them, make sure optimize means fill everything out that you can. The more the better, because these businesses want to showcase you when you're showing off their flashy things, right? Their directories, all right? Check it routinely, and then the managing reviews like we've talked about. And to be clear, guys, there are systems that make this easy for you, right? It's a headache to have to search through 100 different directories and change all this information. So they have tools that lock it, simplify it, protect it. People just aren't educating you and letting you know that they exist. On one of those slides earlier that you took a screenshot of, it lists examples. Different tools. If you need a tool like that, come talk to me. I'll give you a couple of suggestions. We have like different partners we know of that we back and support on that. This is the moment of truth. We had a 3-phase plan. You guys remember that, or do we forget? This isn't really building my confidence. This is what I always do. I did it last year too. I'm going to film this. And it's either going to be as embarrassing as the beginning was when I sat here, or it's going to be really fulfilling. I promised you guys that I would come here and I would try to give you something that you could take back, implement into your business. I tried to give you a schematic. I tried to give you an outline. If I accomplish that, I just want that energy. That's what we agreed on, okay? So I've got this going right now. I'm going to count to 3. And for those of you that really don't think I kept my word, please be quiet. I have to own that. See, part of the deal is I have to reflect. I have to go back and ask myself what I could have done differently. So there's no shame in not making any noise right now. Are we ready? That make me feel a little better. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay. You guys really have me nervous. I'm not just saying that. I feel like to say that every show, though. Like sometimes the reactions are, cool. So a couple quick things before I get off this stage. What you're going to see here is a really cool tool, right? Part of me is to educate you, but some of you say, hey, I actually want this dude to help me out. This is how we do that. See, what you see here is a really cool report. I'm going to put up a QR code after this. This is 100% free. So when you scan the QR code, our team is going to generate a report for you. What this report does is it literally checks your business and the cities that you want to go out and get leads from. And it tells you, how are you doing right now? It's a health check. So what you're looking at is suggestions. How can we change the website and improve it so that you're getting found more often? But the big win is, how are you in comparison to your competitors? It's really neat. It'll literally take the keywords for your service that you provide, tell you where you rank on Google, and then it's going to say, hey, all the other guys that are in the same area you're competing against, where are they? So it allows you to really say, in this world of reputation management, SEO, retail, how well are you currently sitting? Do you have a gold mine sitting beneath your feet and an opportunity to really help grow your business? So I'm going to leave this up for a second. This is how you get that report. You scan this QR code. It will take you to a page within our website, RYNOSS.com. And you're going to see a form with about 8 to 9 fields. It's really simple. It's name. But really what I need is the cities. I need you to tell me what are the cities that you want to see, where you rank in, where you want to grow. Because we generate that report for each location for you to really get that assessment. And the last thing I encourage you to do is don't wait. Fill that form out now. Action is the key. We've got a great day planned. You got to make sure that you get that done so that our team can connect and make sure that we take care of you. It's good to know how you're doing and figure out if you got an opportunity sitting beneath your feet. I see it all the time, that you got easy wins and easy money right there. This is me, personally. Guys, I teach, I consult, I love to help, genuinely. I'm texting all hours of the night. No kids, I live my life on the record. You scan that, it just keeps you in touch with me directly. I get people that ask questions all the time. My goal is to genuinely help, and if you feel like I'm genuine, I would encourage you to stay in touch with me. I live my life on the record, and that's just simply taking you to all my socials because I'm constantly trying to help businesses grow. That's my dream. I really, really can't thank you guys enough for listening to me today. Trust me when I tell you, I know that time is not promised. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you letting me get passionate with you, and I really, really hope that you take these things into consideration. You go out there and you help your people grow, and you help the community and society win. That's why you started your businesses. Thank you so much. Let's have a great day.
Woo, woo.